Hey everyone, welcome to the early comers. It is not 10 o'clock yet, it's only 9:53. But if you have logged on and you are watching, good for you. Alhamdulillah, because it's Malaysia Day and I've got a little special sneak peek for everyone who is logged on early to watch. So today's Malaysia Day, and leading up to this moment, my NGO, the Hope Branch, ataupun Pertubuhan Harapan Amal Harith Iskandar, had put out a call to give out 20 Lenovo ThinkPad laptops to the most deserving. So we put out this call about a month ago, and people sent in their requests, their videos, semua menceritakan kenapa they would like that laptop. So today we went out and delivered some laptops to some very deserving people. So I just want to give you a little bit of a sneak peek. This is one of the videos that was submitted by a deaf student, a deaf girl. So dalam video ni tak ada audio, if you're wondering, but this was a message that she sent in. Please take a look at this. This message really caught our eye. So yeah, that was Kaylee May from Subang. And the most captivating part of her message was that she was talking about, memang I did not know this, that the teachers who teach the deaf memang bukan deaf themselves, so they may not be able to understand the attributes, characteristics, and abilities, and that's what she was talking about. So today we went to her house. We went to her house to deliver that laptop, and I'd just like to play you. This is unedited. Huh? This is unedited. This is us showing up at Kaylee's house, and we met her and her mother. So this was just as. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
I'm Harry.
Yes, I
My
know.
wife, Dr. Jasmine, the whole branch. Kaylee's mother.
Yeah, I'm Kaylee's mom.
Hi. Wonderful video. She has such a very nice, touching video. So.
Your video, very nice.
Thank you. Are you completely deaf? 100%?
No, she has residual hearing.
Mm-hmm.
She would do better with hearing aid, but basically I can't afford it because her father passed away 4 years ago.
Okay. How much?
I think it's about 4,000. The last that I paid was 4,000 something.
And this will help her?
Yes.
So you paid before, or she had one before?
When her father was, I think after her father died, I managed to get it changed to a new one for 4,000 plus, 4,000 like that. And then after that, kids that time in school, they play and all sweat and all, so it got spoiled. And then we couldn't afford it basically. But she's doing okay in college.
Okay.
How does she? Can she read lips, or
Yeah,
how does she do online learning?
She read lips, and then she's got a.
So it turns out Kaylee, we were right to give her a laptop, but she's like a top student in her college, and so my wife, Dr. Jasmine, and I had a quick conversation, and then we decided, you know what, we're going to go a little bit further. We're going to help her out and get her a hearing aid, because with a hearing aid she can do so much more. But the hearing aid is too expensive because the mother is a single parent. So we offered to get her a hearing aid, and this was her reaction.
Hearing aid, I see. Yeah.
What is the process? How does
they want to give you hearing aid?
yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you.
What is the process? The process is I have to take her to a audiologist.
So there you go. Kaylee May not just got a ThinkPad laptop today, but we are feeling excited about the opportunity to give her a little bit more of a head start in life. She used to have a hearing aid when she was younger. It got spoiled. Her mother can't afford another one, and we're gonna go out and give her a hearing aid as well. So, apa khabar semua? Assalamualaikum. It is now 10 o'clock. Welcome to the show that is called What's Going On Malaysia. My name is Harith Iskandar. Happy Malaysia Day. Inilah Hari Malaysia. Hari Malaysia, apa significance Hari Malaysia? This is the day, September 16, 1963, when Malaysia sebenarnya digabungkan. That means all the 13 states. Of course, when it was including Sabah, Sarawak, and Singapore. But as you know, Singapore are no longer with us. They are like the younger cousin that left home. They left home a few years later, after 1963. But we are here. We are Malaysia. So September 16 is literally Malaysia Day. Merdeka Day, August 31st, bukan Malaysia Day, itu Merdeka untuk the Malaya states, the states of the Malaya Federation. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you had a good Malaysia Day. Let me know in the comment section what you've been doing. This is an interactive show. I will be taking all your comments. Brian Kwan, good evening, Harith. How is everyone in Malaysia Day? Watching from Kelana Jaya. Thank you very much, Brian Kwan. Margaret says, Happy Malaysia Day. As well, Uncle Kentang, Happy Malaysia Day. Happy Malaysia Day from Lim Zenip. So hype about tonight's show. Yeah, Zenip, kita pun hype about tonight's show because my guest you know already who's coming on, right? And I am so excited because to me, when we talk about Malaysia, basically not are we talking about the tanah airku, not only we are talking about the land and the mountain and the scenery, but we are talking about Malaysians. And when we talk about Malaysians, well, I like to focus on the best of the best of the best of the best of the best. And since this is Malaysia Day, we have the best of the best of the best of the best. But before that, here's what you need to do. Sebelum kita mulakan rancangan ini from Sugana Silen, great contribution. Please share right now. If you are watching, okay, my camera dah meninggalkan diri. Let me just change my camera for a moment, guys. This is what happens. Hold on a second. I'm just going to change my camera. There we go. There we go. I know this happens. Sometimes my camera just like meletup tiba-tiba like zoom. So I got two cameras. This is my laptop camera. Yo. We have to the backup. We got backup. So guys, like I was saying, please share this live session. If you are watching on Facebook, click share. Share it onto your Facebook. If you are watching on YouTube, click share. And also remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You need to share it. Just copy paste the link and send it to your WhatsApp group. And you say, guys, Harith Iskandar is going to be talking to the most awesome Uncle Kentang. So you need to join in right now and join in the conversation, please. We got viewers from everywhere, from Sungai Petani. We got people watching from Penang. We got people watching from Ipoh City. We got people from everywhere. And I'm so glad because memang I'm a bit excited. Because this guest, ladies and gentlemen, I actually don't know what to call him. Nak call him philanthropist ke? Nak call him one-man NGO ke? Nak call him just your average guy on the street ke? Saya pun tak tahu. But we will bring him into the studio right now because I know all of you cannot wait to hear from this gentleman. He's exploding on social media and he's been doing so for a long, long time. You know what? I'm not going to say anything more. I just want to acknowledge a few more people. Jessica Ng, happy Malaysia Day to you. Oh yes, Jessica, I met you at Taman Tun today. Yes, Jessica, thank you. I was in Taman Tun. I was having some breakfast. Jessica came up. She said hello. She was with her husband. I told her, don't forget to watch tonight. And she is watching. Terima kasih, Jessica. Terima kasih, Jamie Ng. And tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, dengan tidak membuang masa lagi, please welcome into the studio on this Malaysia Day, very special Malaysia Day episode. Put your hands together, even if you're at home. If you're watching at home, if you're holding your handphone, jangan lepas handphone and tepuk. Just tepuk sambil pegang handphone. And welcome into the studio, Uncle Kentang. Hey, how are you, sir?
Hello, how are you, everyone? Selamat Hari Malaysia.
Yes, Selamat Hari Malaysia.
I'm so happy to be with you today.
Hari Malaysia. What did you do
today? This morning, a guy, Chinese Muslim student in Kias, told me that he has no money to eat. I mean, no money to eat, no money to buy food. So we passed him some money. A lady in running some two sundry shops in KLCC is not able to pay her rental. We already settled for her. It's about 7,000 ringgit. Another lady who came and told me that the husband beat her up and she wanted to do online. She don't have transport. We have given her a car. Just now we given her a car. And there is another lady who is from this Selayang, having a yoga gym and doing healthy food. The car was repossessed yesterday. We gave her some money today, a few thousand ringgit. And because she has three children, she must be qualified. She has 3 children, and if you cut off I told them that when you chop off the legs, she cannot do any more sending of food and this and that. So we have to consider every cases is come to my table. I will make sure that how are we going to help them. So this today we spent about almost 20,000 to give it to these people here. Yeah, and then just now the Machi calling me. Machi calling me saying that 85 years old Machi saying that she don't have money to buy Pampers. So money was delivered just now, and I also delivered money to Aziza today. Our daughter who don't have hands and don't have legs. So we delivered the money to her this today also. So quite many things we done today.
Okay, Uncle. So let me just tell you, kalau kita tanya orang lain, what did you do today? Oh, they will say, oh yeah, then I had breakfast, then I, pergi shopping sekejap, and then, I pergi tengok TV sekejap, I scroll Facebook and Instagram. But when we ask you, what did you do today? You have just listed, 8 or 9 cases of different people that you have assisted to try
sorry.
and help them. Yeah.
Sorry, we assisted another body today, COVID body in Penang. We actually cremate the body and put it on the urns, in the urns, and then for the son has told me that he has no money. Yeah, we did that today.
Oh my God! This memang today. Tell me that today is macam a normal day for you lah. This is what you do every day.
Normal day, Haris. Normal day.
Okay, so everyone out there, I just saw one of the comments that I think was from Andy Chua, who said that today Uncle Kentang has helped more people in one day than I have helped in my entire life. That is true, Andy Chua. Memang, don't worry, you are not alone. Memang Uncle Kentang on the average day will help more people than 99% of everybody of you watching. So you need to share this show because I need everyone to hear what this gentleman is doing. So Uncle Kentang, we have met before, dah 2-3 kali. I myself have been very inspired by you. I also run a charity NGO organization called the Hope Branch. And I keep a lookout on all the things that you are doing. You first came to my attention, kalau tak salah saya, the first time I dengar, I dapat tahu, siapa orang ni? Uncle Kentang was regarding the 1 ringgit ambulance. So how long ago was that?
About 6-7 years.
About 6-7 years ago. How long have you been doing this work? Kerja amal ni, menolong orang yang susah. How long have you been doing it?
About 20 years. More than 20 years. More than 20 years.
More than 20 years. How did it start? Why did it start? Can you just spend a couple of minutes telling us the very beginning?
I come from a very poor family, and we are rubber tappers. I know what is hardship. I've been there. While during my school time, during the canteen recess time, my friends was quite surprised because I used to rush to the toilet. They thought I was going to release myself, but no. We go there. We push the pipe. We just gobble down the water and then fill our stomach and go back to class. I got no chance to go to the canteen until later when my teachers noticed me. They give me some coupons, canteen coupons, to go and eat in the canteen. And I used in the recess time, I used to help the canteen to sell food, so that I work in the canteen for the recess time, and I got a plate of meat or one bottle of drink. Most of my friends know about this.
Okay, so you came from humble beginnings, so you know what it feels like to be hungry, to be poor. And now you are out there helping the poor. When did the change come? Like what came into your life sampai you can reach a moment where you are now able to help the poor?
I think we started very small. Started to ask a few friends to chip in to buy some rice to the poor and bring the rice to the poor, and then I got something. I think, why not we? You see, when we give the things to the poor, they start asking for other things like school bags, this and that, and we have been giving that, and then they say, oh, kita nak amari pula, kan? Tuan kita tak ada ni apa ni major lah kan, major. I've been to a Indian house, no electricity, no table in Kirara. In Kirara, Islam.
Kinrara.
Yeah. So they no money to pay the electricity. The electricity was cut. The water was cut, disrupted. They don't have things there, but they still study. Three beautiful Indian girls was still studying. And I met them and I started to paint the house. I get my friends to come and paint the house. And we put on the electricity for them, buy tables and chairs for them to study. And you know the best thing, the beautiful thing, I tell you, this happened to me, but I helped them quite some years. I give them, I go to the sundry shop and said, 300 ringgit for them to take things, but they cannot take Milo, they cannot take cigarettes, they cannot take beer. They can only take makanan. So when they graduated, the father bought 3 of them, came to my house in Puchong. They thanked me. And tears was there. I feel so good, 3 of the siblings came to my house. And with the father, with the mother, I say thank you to me. It's like, it reminds me my last time, during my father said, when people give you things, you must say thank you. You must learn how to say thank you. We are so poor. When people give us anything, we just must say thank you. Even I still remember they give rotten apple to us. Rotten, one part of the apple is rotten. They told us to cut the half part of the apple and eat the other half part of the apa tu? You tahu tak Cina ada tokong kan? Dia sembahyang letak, lepas tu ada barang gigit-gigit tu apple. So apple sudah rosak separuh, dia bagi kami. Saya tanya dia macam mana saya mau makan, dia kata bawa balik, potong sebelah boleh makan, yang rosak tu buang. Jadi from that experience, Haris, we walk a long road, long journey. We don't have water, we don't have electricity. That's why I'm trained like a Shaolin master because we used to carry the water. So every time we carry the water, we think of Shaolin temple. So, that gives us inspiration at the moment. Yeah.
And that story you just told, yang you tolong this keluarga, this Indian family, that electricity. Here is the amazing thing. Not just about yourself, but a lot of the NGOs. Kita tak tengok color, kita tak tengok bangsa, kita tak we just see, and yourself, you just see someone yang memerlukan a helping hand, memerlukan a table, memerlukan money to pay electricity, and you go out and help, right? For me, this is Malaysia. When we talk about Keluarga Malaysia, this is macam kita tolong keluarga kita, you just go out and tolong everyone out there. Everyone out there seems to be your keluarga, Uncle. I mean, have you always been like this? Like tak kira agama, bangsa?
Tengok bangsa buat apa. Kita ni, I tell you, when God let the person pass through you, it's a God punya doing tau. Kita kalau, if I knew Haris, we go out and say, hey, siapa mau kena tolong, mari. You think we can get the people to tolong? I don't think so. It's because God make us go that way. You see, I always tell my peers that when we saw a tire on the road, we can see the car is going to avoid it. But if one car cannot avoid, how? So we on the siren, on the ambulance, we U-turn back, we drive the ambulance on the road, because we got siren, bunyi banyak, kuat lah, banyak bising. Kan? Banyak lampu, banyak bising. So we slow down and then collect the tires before we think for the highway patrolman to come. Because we might save some life there. You see, this is about us being responsible, or not even say responsible, it's the right thing to do in our life. You see a stone on the road, you can avoid it, but what do you think if someone cannot avoid the stone? We must think that way. Kan? Masa kita patah balik, kita ambil, kita letak tepi.
So what you are saying is, when all this menggunakan the imagery of the stone, when these people come into your lives, you must help. Bukan you just drive past them, walk past them, and expect somebody else to do something. You must help. That's what I'm hearing you say, lah. And by the way, yeah, I know you do exactly that. But I want to ask you something. Kadang-kadang pun, especially when I go out with the whole branch and we go out helping people, ada orang yang tanya, some of my friends tanya, Arif, kenapa you tolong? Isn't this the government's job? Kenapa kebajikan tak tolong ke, jabatan ni tak tolong ke? Why are you feeding the poor? Why are you helping? What is the appropriate jabatans doing? I mean, what is your opinion on this?
You know, you want to wait for the jabatan to do. Okay, very simple. We talk, we digest the whole thing. Katalah
Digest the whole thing. Come.
kita sakit, kita jumpa lah seorang sakit cancer. He has a wing cancer problem. Okay, children are studying. The JKM might give 350. If you are non-Muslim, zakat is not there to help. If you are Muslim, you're a bit luckier because zakat will be there to help, or Baitul Mal will be able to help. But I think we should not wait for other agency or for others people to help. You see, I always tell people, before you are sick, help the one who was sick. Before you are sick, don't tell me we are going to be healthy all the time. This is common sense, logic. I believe it's logic. It's nothing to do with the other department not helping or this. I don't think we should wait for the department to help. If we can help, kita jalan dulu, kita ke 10 dulu. Dan kalau department datang, kan, biarlah dia datang.
What about the argument, and I'm just playing the devil's advocate here. What about the argument yang orang kata, and this has been said to me, yalah Harith, as long as you continue to doing this and other people continue doing this, the jabatan tengok dia macam, I don't need to do because they're all doing it already. Uncle Kentang already doing, Harith already doing. So they are not pressured or forced to step up. What do you have to say about that?
Brother, I think you share the same thing with me. When we give, we are the most happiest one. I believe that, like today we give this woman, they were surprised that, is it like this? This like this, you just give me 6,000, 7,000 ringgit. I said, if I don't give you the money, you tell me, how are you going to, you're going to sit at home? Or how are you going to pay your rental and make your children survive? They do live, they sell online, they do live. They just have one handphone. Kita punya otak ni ada fikir ni. We said, okay, you cannot use the handphone, you must use the laptop. Kita bagi dia jalan untuk cari makan. And are we going to walk away when we see somebody suffering? When we can help? You see, Aris, I'm not a rich person. I tak kaya pun. I duduk rumah kecil-kecil pun. But I take the initiative to gather the people who are rich in their hearts to come along. I don't say they're rich in the pockets. Many people are rich in the pockets. But they might not want to come along the boat. Kita yang you ni gila ni, hari ni gila ni. You go and with your wife, the doctor, come and I think this is from the heart. It's never from the pocket. Kalau pocket kita kata, kita patut belilah Ferrari, kita belilah kereta Mustang apa kan. But kita tak ada pun. No, I cakap terus terang. Orang kaya ramai dalam Malaysia ni. Bukan semua orang kaya. Orang yang tolong ni, the person who help you, they are not rich in their pockets, but they are rich in their hearts.
The people who help you are not rich in their pockets, rich in their hearts. Memang, when you put it that way, Uncle, I can identify with you. Sama, I mean, okay, everyone say, yalah Hari, awak kaya. I will admit, yes, saya kaya. You know why I'm kaya? Because I have my health. If I have my health, saya kaya. That means I can help. Saya tak demam, saya tak sakit, I'm not in a bed, I'm not paralyzed. I can help. That's why I consider myself kaya as well. Yeah, bukan like you say lah, bukan kaya ada Mustang ke apa, but that's just if you can help, you should help. That's just my motto. I usually say that. Okay, Uncle, I just want to ask you, you've had, I mean, probably a million experiences helping people. Has there been some people that you couldn't help, like for whatever reason? Then and how did you feel about that?
Because we are doing ambulance, so some of our clients fade away. I cannot say they pass away, it fade away. And sometimes when there's accident victim, when we help them, or they also fade away. And as in my experience, a man was talking to me and he dropped it. Just like that, in front of the emergency. Yeah, he dropped it. He's so 40 years old, about 40 plus. The wife actually sent him to the emergency green zone.
Okay.
So he was talking to me in the green zone, and he just collapsed. That moment, I feel it is a lesson from God. I feel that life is so fickle, and it can just go pop like that. So I was carrying him. We was dragging him because he was quite big size. 3 hours was dragging him to the ICU. The wife came back. The wife saw me. Where's my husband? I said, her husband is gone. She said, no, I just went and parked the car. I parked my car. I let him alighted from my car. And I parked my car. I come back. I said, her husband is gone. I hold her. I hug her. She cried. She cried. She hit my chest. You tell me my husband is alive. I said, no, your husband is gone. We are doing the best now. You hold on. Let the doctors finish the thing. You know. The worst thing in our doing is giving food is okay, very, very, very normal. Very normal, very, very. The worst thing, me as a leader of the pack, kan, team ambulance, we got about 15 ambulance. I nak pergi cakap dengan bapa dia. Dia Sir, Mr. Tan, your son is no longer here. Aku nak buka mulut macam mana? Or I will tell the son that the father or the mother is no longer there. Saya, Arif, saya cakap terus terang, nobody understand my pain. How to convey that message. Until today, I cannot get myself to go and tell a father that the son is no longer here. Or son, the father is no longer here. This is the most painful part in our job. Really.
Yeah. Even as you're speaking, I know, I can feel that pain. There must be something really. I think even if you do it 100 times pun, it will never get easy. Kan? It will. There's nothing that can make that process easier for you.
Yeah, it's not easy because I also lost my sister, but we got her back. I think sometimes you do positive things. I don't say good because good or bad is judgment of God. It's not my judgment. But for me, it's like, we do positive things. We try to do as much positive. On the 9th day of Chinese New Year, my sister collapsed and lost all her vital signs. I think
Baru ni, this Chinese New Year.
2 years back.
Okay.
Yeah. It's so lucky that I have the ambulance. I managed to rush her to Sunway Hospital and we managed to revive her. And I promise God, the moment I saw my sister dead and gone, we tried to revive her in the ambulance and by giving her all the things we can. I was speeding. I was the driver on that night. It was a very fateful night. And of course, you imagine we brothers and sisters come back, we huddle together, and we are preparing for her funeral on the 10th day of Chinese New Year. But God gave us a chance to be with my sister again. This is true story. The Sunway Hospital knew about this. I was begging. I was on my knees when I was in the emergency. I was on my knees in the emergency. I cried. I told the doctors, please help my sister. She's gone. But the doctor was calm enough and say, I know you. I will help your sister as much as we can. Put her in the ICU, this and that, and then she recovered on the next day. I believe it's a miracle. Because from your, I mean your missus is a doctor. She will know that, by losing your oxygen, for 10 minutes or whatever, you will cause brain injury and this and that. But very, very lucky, she came back alive, well, and the first thing she asked us was, why you send me to this expensive hospital? So she thought we are sending her to the, because you see, route is very important in emergency. Let us learn something here. Many of us take for granted, Haris, that they do not know the nearest hospital to their home. They do not know the routes. In emergency, you lost your compass.
Yeah.
Because you panic. Always know where is the nearest hospital which able to do emergency well. I'm not saying other things, but now you have some question. I said, which hospital is capable in emergency, a real emergency? I do not want the secondary hospital to be in. You see, sorry. So this is important. Let us learn something tonight here. Let us be very, very truthful to ourselves. Do we know the nearest hospital to us? In emergency, if one of our family members get into trouble, bleeding, or whatever, accident may happen in the house. We should know. We should be prepared. Which hospital is the nearest to us? Number one. Number two, we should be prepared with fire extinguisher inside our house, inside our sleeping room. Because when there is a fire, you want to get up from the room, you'll be char kway teow or you'll be satay bakar. Either one you choose. No, many people take this for granted. I've seen accident because why? We are ambulance provider. We know how an emergency can occur. And many people take this thing for granted. The first thing you must know, which is the nearest hospital. And do your house has fire blanket? If you live in a condo, there's only one door to come out. This is very serious. That's why I want to share this together with your audience.
Please.
Because we do emergency, we know what is happening. Why people get trapped and why people die. This is very important.
That makes sense. I never even thought about that. And saya akan mengaku, I will admit, I don't have a fire extinguisher in my home. I got in my office, in my joke factory club, tapi kat rumah tak ada. And I didn't even think about a fire blanket. So thank you.
We talk about fire extinguisher in the car. Sorry to say, because we do ambulance. So when you call the bomber, the person trapped in the car. If that is your children trapped in the car, if your child is trapped in the car and you manage to escape because the other side got banged, so they are trapped in the car and the fire is burning in the car, do you want to see your child hopelessly trapped in the car? If every Malaysian think that this way, we take our safety quite easily, quite lightly. You nak tunggu bomber mari kan? Pipo. Sudah jadi abu lah, bos. Tak payah pergi tu cremation, terus jadi abu.
You know what?
Because
everyone who's watching, and I'm looking at the comments here. Yeah, guys, not even kidding. Tomorrow, tonight I'm gonna go online and look where I can find a fire extinguisher and a fire blanket. So thank you very much, Uncle Kentang. Tiba-tiba daripada saving people, we are talking about precaution on saving people, and that is just almost, if not more important than saving people. I want to ask you, Uncle Kentang, is there anything that Malaysia can do better, specifically when it comes to terms about supporting those? Because tiba-tiba you, a normal person, orang biasa, have set up, how many ambulances have you got? 15? Did you
15.
say? 15.
Yes.
So I'm not saying that, everyone should go out and get an ambulance or pay for an ambulance, but is there anything that Malaysia as a country, the establishment, the jabatans can do better to support people like yourselves and the whole kita tak, going all over the place trying to raise money and calling up all our friends and all that? What can Malaysia do better? Let's not talk about the kerajaan lah. What can Malaysia do better as a people, as a nation?
I think in this pandemic, we saw a lot of love and kindness being, formally we can see not many people out there working, for helping the hungry or even the sick. But now we see it's very good. The pandemic actually has the bad side, has the good side. For the good side, we personally we see that a lot of people come out and donate some money, to make the country better. And of course, we feed a lot of people. A lot of food bank was established. Even the corporates was there. Were there. The policemen also, they started their own Balai Police food bank.
Yes.
Yeah. So Osbantu. So I think, of course, we just need to be listening to our neighbors. Who is our neighbors is not those who beside us or whatever, but everyone. Our neighbors is every Malaysians. So I'm quite worried about the suicidal cases in Malaysia. To tell you the truth, even the police station ran out of body bags at one time because there's too many bodies to be collected. And yes, this is life, and I'm telling you the truth. I say bear the truth because we need to be better. We bear the truth. We have a better Malaysia. So. When you helping others, you it's not a one time, I go and see, like just now I saw you giving the computer and giving the hearing aid, and after that, blah blah blah. It's a continuity of lifting up the family. You see, we don't go and do one time and then that is shock sendiri. Charity shock sendiri SS. You go, you do. I've done that. You go and tell your Facebook friend, I've done that. I've done charity. I've done charity. That is not charity. That is promosi sendiri. Itu adalah satu gejala shock sendiri dan you are just want to put something nice in your Facebook or social media. You just go and join some. But the intrinsic of charity is how deep are you going into it? And you see, like we talk about Pasar 10 Cent. Why we do Pasar 10 Cent? I tell you the truth now. Why we do it? It's a crime prevention act.
What do you mean?
Pasar 10 Cent. Crime prevention.
How?
Okay. We saw this place is full of drug addicts and drug peddlers. So the police came, talked to us. So we think, why? Why there is so many drugs dealing in this area? So because the community doesn't communicate. They don't feel comfortable with one another. So how kita satu this pasar 10%, what you don't want, you give it to us. We go and sell at 10 cents. Number one, you can benefit the poor. Number two, you can cut off hoarding. Orang suka simpan barang banyak-banyak. I think your baju-baju semua dah kuning, ibu tak nak kasih orang. Well, you like this, I like this, but you didn't wear. This is the typical behavior of Malaysians. And then banyaklah set, orang bagi kan, set. Pegang mangkuk. So we put on there. That lure the people to come down. When they come down, they meet, they communicate. When they communicate, they exchange information. Once they exchange information, they know one another. It's harder for the drug peddlers to be present at their places. Oh, itu si Mamat tu. Oh, dia bawa motor tu, dia tu tokan. Dia tokan dada tu. Dia tu tolak dadah tu, tolak pehun. So they began to chat. And this information, we give it to the police. And this is how we mend the society. And of course, they feel love, they feel warm. How can you buy a fridge with 10 cents? If you sell your old fridge also, you sell, maybe you go to the China kedai peti sejuk. Ayah, dia got meleng jual lah. The one lah. Your one you sell to me 300 ringgit. So you take the 300, you go to one restaurant, you makan 300 ringgit habis. But if you pass to the poor can use it for 2 more years, 3 more years, 4 more years. It benefit the poor more, you see. So this is how, when the poor is already, the feeling that you love them, you take care of them, their tendency to commit crime will be much reduced. Their tendency of, crime will come from, you don't do crime immediately. It must from social, anti-social behavior, social disobedience, where you can throw rubbish easily, you won't get caught. You scribble on the wall, you won't get caught. From there, they go to motorbike, they push the motorbike, they run. From there, they got not got caught. Then, okay, jom kita pergi curi ya. Because ini semua undang-undang tak ada. So this is how we use all this to mend the society.
That is a really interesting insight into why you're doing what you're doing, especially with this 10 cent pasar. I want to explore that a little bit more because but you're right. Biasanya, even when I come across some of the community, at the end of the day, people just want to be heard. People just want to feel that, hey, I'm not invisible. Oh, this fella came and talked to me, asked me how I am, bagi duit sikit or something. I can see in their eyes, like, hey, kenapa orang ni talk to me, or other people ignore me or think I'm invisible? And you're right. When people are paid attention to, shown a little bit of love and concern, they may choose a different path, as opposed to, alas, aku benci semua orang benci aku, I might as well commit crime. You were a policeman before, yeah? Sorry, say again?
One thing about community policing. I talk about community policing because I'm the pack leader for community policing. You see, why these youth go and mak rempit? Because they want to be heard. They want their presence to be noticed. So you see why. What we do, we put this youth pergi meeting dengan polis. Duduk sebelah OCS. Ketua polis balai lah, the chief police officer. Or the sergeant lah. They're so happy they take picture of the sergeant. You see, when you bring this youth towards the police, they will be on the right side of the law rather on the wrong side of the law. This is very cheap concept. It costs the government not even 10 cents. That the people willing to come to the police station to become part of the police community, but the impact is high. Government is a bit, I think, dia tak berapa pandai lah. Sorry to say lah, the government ni tak berapa bijak. Dia tak berapa bijak. So this is actually very, very cheap cost, but high impact. You put the youth in the right side of the law first. So tak payahlah you boleh kurangkan jail kan, orang buat salah semua tu kan, rape, you can so you put the youth at the right side. Why the Indian youth go to join, adalah dia punya kawan macam-macam dia semua kan. Why? They want to be in one group and they want to be strong, they want to be noticed. This is where the community policing, kalau you ambil gambar dengan ambil gambar dengan OCPD, mana you pilih? You pilih ambil gambar dengan OCPD. Kan? And you want to be on the right side of the law. Nobody want to be on the wrong side of the law. How are we going, as the government, how are we going to encourage this youth? And you talk about perkauman. The PLKN apa benda tu? Dulu kan ada PLKN. You know why? I became very, very Malaysian because I curi telur, I curi telur in the barrack, in the Pulapol, pusat latihan polis. You know why? Puasa man. Yeah, puasa man. You need to march and you need to take the M16 and loncat-loncat macam monyet kan. So you need a lot of energy and you puasa. So my friend said, you boleh tolong saya kah? hambat tu itu telur dekat dalam kantin apa kita punya tempat makan lah, kita punya dining place. So I pergilah as I'm the platoon leader. So I turun, I curi telur banyak-banyak masuk dalam seluar. Seluar bungkus ni dia orang, you see, this is unique. You know, we sleep together. You know, we play things together in the barrack. You know, our undies, we don't know whose undies. We hang at a common area. Tiba-tiba undies kita hilang. Tiba-tiba stocking kita hilang. Kawan tu besok pakai undies kita. Aku ini seluar dalam saya. So we have been trained in that way, you know. So alamak, dia cubit pula tu. So
Dia cubit tu.
so shocked, you know. I tell you that this is the best part of my life was in during my younger days and also in the police force, you know. Aku memang suka sangat. You know, this perpaduan.
Yang
Real
you cerita
perpaduan.
pasal curi the telur tu, I had to laugh because you said you put the telur in your pants. Luckily you didn't mistake when you take out the telur, you took out the wrong telur.
No, my squad mate until now, my platoon mate until now, they love me so much. Kita masih ada WhatsApp group lagi.
I'm just going underneath the table to pick up my earphone. Itulah dia. I ketawa tadi sampai earphone jatuh. But that, you see, this is why I like talking to you. This is why I like your stories and all. You memang you talk about perpaduan in a very natural way, because end of the day, the example of sharing the undies, underpants. End of the day, ini bukan case halal haram. This is you are together as a team and you do whatever you need to do to work as a team. But you know, if only Malaysia was like that, right?
No, I gotta tell you, my Sarawakian buddy, he is please. Naughty. He went and hang his shoe. He tie his shoe to the fan because besok mau PT, physical training. So dia kasut dia basah, dia nak keringkan kan. So dia tie dia punya shoes kat ceiling punya fan tau. Kasih pusing, kasih kering cepat. Semua basah. Bila our discipline master when came in, you know, kita kena double kawat, kita kena pergi, you know, kena drill, kena double kawat lah. So nobody complain, no. Takkan you buat ni kan, you punya kasut pasal you kasut you kita kena double kawat. Tak ada, no. The commitment is there, the unity is there. Dia angkat senjata, jalan, jom kita kawat, kita kena. So I really like, you know, like this type of training. I think PLKN, tak silap saya, PLKN.
Yeah.
PLKN is one of the great thing to happen in Malaysia. My son don't get a place in PLKN. Aku pergi pasang kabel, hantar dia masuk PLKN. Pasang kabel.
Oh, pasang kabel.
Pasang kabel, cakap you kena hantar anakku masuk. Tak bagi aku memang sampai ada mak bapak takut. You know, their parents are afraid that the son go in there mix with the wrong group. I pasang kabel masukkan anak saya. You know, just to go to that.
I agree with you. Of course, I didn't have personal experience, tapi memang I was told many stories by some of the kids who went through it that time and came out later. Dia katalah the budak bandar was in the same bilik as budak kampung, and then of course first they pandang serong with each other, budak bandar, budak kampung, whatever. But by the end of it, it's like you go through this together and you support each other through this together. And the most important thing is that you learn about each other, and then you learn, actually, apa yang saya takut? Engkau budak bandar ke, aku budak kampung? There's nothing to fear about each other. End of the day, we're all human beings. You know, we all wear the same undies lah. Let's put it that way. Tapi ada size XL macam aku, and then you know ada size S. There's just different size, but it's the same material. Okay, let me just ask you, Uncle, what makes you angry? Is there anything that I think you're very happy, very jolly, very passionate, very feeling authentic. What makes you angry?
I don't think I can find anything to be angry with. I'll tell you the truth. I tak pernah angry lama dah. I don't know why, because why? Everything happened for a reason, and And I tak suka melata-lata, meloncat-loncat lah. Because if everybody say, hey, yo, China, then China kui. I tell you, Malaysian must not be hypocrite.
Yeah.
You see, we tell people, hey, we are Malaysian first. Saya bukan Cina, saya Malaysian dulu. Hey, betul-betul otak tak ada lah. You forget your roots. You forget your roots because you must know that you are Chinese. Then you must know you are Melayu. Then you must know you are a campur. Ada campur kan? Ada campur, ada campur. Okay. ABC lah you. I batu campur. So, you are Indian. You must have kalari payat in your self-defense. Silat, Kung Fu, Tai Chi, all this. You see, you must identify yourself first. You must be daring enough to identify, yes, I'm a Chinese. Oh, aku anak Cina. Confirm 100% aku anak Cina. Aku anak Melayu, 100% anak Melayu. Baru kita boleh campur. We are a big plate of rojak, as I told you. We are a big plate of rojak. Sengkuang, nanas, kangkung, tauhu, semua dalam tu penting. Kalau kita nak kata rojak Malaysia, okey, rojak Malaysia daripada apa? Daripada sengkuang, daripada timun, daripada nanas, kangkung. So we are the kangkung, we are the nanas, we are the timun. We must identify ourselves first before we call ourselves Malaysian. Malaysian is made of.
But what do you mean by identify yourself? Because I will give you, at the moment, I'm struggling a little bit to understand what you mean by identifying yourself. Because biasanya, kalau kita cakap pasal perception, when everybody very strongly says, oh, aku Cina, or aku Melayu, or aku India, then automatically it becomes a, aku this, kau bukan. Aku this, kau bukan. And people say, oh, how are you going to bergabung if we are not the same? I know what you mean, but that's what may come up when people hear you saying that, oh, you must identify yourself as Chinese, or you must identify yourself as Indian. Can you explain a little bit further what you mean by identify yourself so that we can be together?
You tengoklah, bila aku beli ayam untuk orang Melayu, I know they are Muslim. Most of I think 99.9% is Muslim. I kena beli ayam sembelih. Kalau aku pergi rumah India, kita bagi dia makan, kita tahu dia tak makan lembu. You must know the identity. Then only you can respect each other. Kalau you dengan rojak, you go in and muddle up everything, how to respect each other? You must have the identity to respect each other, to know each other, to learn and love each other. You cannot be said, I bangun-bangun saja, I terus Malaysian. Takkanlah polis kata lapor kan, ada kata bangsa Malaysia tu hari, I petikaikan benda ni. Okey, 4 penjenayah telah masuk ke dalam bank dan melakukan samun. Penjenayah telah melarikan diri dengan motosikal sekian-sekian, nombor tukar sekian-sekian. Mereka berwarna botak satu, ada misai jambang depan, warna coklat putih-putih. Bangsa Malaysia. Tak boleh bang. Profiling tak ada. Kita ni takut dengan kita punya identiti. Apa pasal kita takut sangat? Kerana kita tak mempercaya identiti orang lain. We don't trust each other. We don't know each other. That's why we must learn to love each other, to know each other. You are Chinese. I know you, rumah you, raya Cina mesti ada kuaci punya. Dah tahu identiti dia. We must learn. Kalau India mesti ada muruku dia. Melayu mesti ada ketempat dia. We must learn each other culture. We cannot be say that we are just Malaysian. We must say we are Chinese, Malay, Indian, and we are Malaysian. Then only come we are Malaysian. Dia kena ada roots dia dulu. Kalau tidak, macam mana kita nak bergabung?
Okay, so what would you have to say to the idea that oleh kerana a race holds on so tightly to its identity of the race first, that is the reason Malaysia, or the perception Malaysians tak boleh bergabung, because they're holding on too tightly to their racial roots.
Saya tidak setuju. Saya tidak setuju. Pasal kalau kita hold kita punya betul-betul kita punya roots, saya kata betul-betul bukan separuh, hanya hanya you only sound when you like to sound. No. If the Chinese tradition is to be together with everybody, the Malay tradition is also together with everybody. If we really adhere to the roots, we have no problems in becoming Malaysians. That's why kita ni separuh-separuh, Arif. Kita ni bila suka kita ni Malaysian, bila suka kata Melayu, kita Melayu suka kata Cina. No, we must learn not to be hypocrite. We must know we are Chinese. This is Malaysian. We have to come here together. You know why? I cannot. My father came from China. Pakai apa tu? Seluar yang jeruk tu lah kan. Spender tak pakai lah, pakai seluar jeruk tu. Datang belayar. Sail from China to Malaysia. My father chose this piece of land to be called his country. From China, I tak ada pun sedikit resah bila orang panggil saya pendatang. Because I know I hold and blue IC. You kata saya pendatang ke apa, it never change my blue IC. You know, sometimes we must believe in ourselves. If we don't believe in ourselves, there's a problem. We try to, jostle there. But bagi saya, tak ada masalah pun. Kawan Melayu pun, tak ada masalah dengan saya pun. You see, this is very beautiful country. And my father has a dream for his children and his grandchildren on this promised land. I should not screw up my father. Sorry, tak boleh cakap ni. I must not break my father punya dream, my father punya hope. I need to run this country together in the hope of our grandchildren, your grandchildren, my grandchildren.
Okay, Uncle, obviously you are someone with a strong level of self-confidence. Bila orang panggil Uncle pendatang, you are like, why? It doesn't bother me. I got a blue IC. Nothing can damage.
Take away my rights.
But I'm putting myself into the shoes of those. How does it feel when a whole bunch of people yang kononnya adalah the bumi of the bumi putra, and are telling you are a pendatang balik China, padahal you in your heart, in your soul, are honoring your father's vision to come to this land, and you are 100% Malaysian. Tapi that group of people kononnya kata, oh, kau Cina, go back to China.
Orang tu belajar
Surely
ibu. No.
Carry on.
Orang tu belajar tak cukup. Apa masalah you nak pergi gaduh dengan orang yang belajar tak cukup? Why are we going to spend time on people who has lesser thinking than us? You see, Aris, I don't think we were even bothered about people calling you anything, because you have been yourself and you know what you have been doing. And these people doesn't even, some people there's political agenda or whatever. They have their own agendas. They say something that, is as though they are evil. But when they balik, they keluar daripada tu mic, they turun padang. I ask you something. That's why I say the same thing. When you saw a car, crash into a ravine, we will never ask whether it's a Melayu, it's a China, it's a India. I think the first thing we have to use the thousand rope and go down, and then, mari jom kita tolong dia. I will call my team, jom kita pergi tolong dia. Even we see a dog or a cat in the drain, we also pick them up. We are human beings. We should not so worried about ourselves and what other people calling us. I mean, sorry, if people don't agree with me, that is different opinion. But to me, I'm not worried, because why? I'm doing my best, and I receive. You see, look at me. Wherever I go, tak ada masalah pun. And people call me kalau pendatang ini Cina, penipu ni. They are talking to themselves. Why are we going to bother about them? When you give barang makan, alah ni nak glamour lah ni. Hari ni nak glamour, hari saya glamour. Kentang nak glamour. Who cares about them?
Does that
And
happen?
who cares about the people not eating? Who cares about the people sleeping lying on the bed, no money to go to hostel? Why we start the ambulance? Because we know. We don't even ask you, you ni parti politik mana, you ni orang mana, you Cina ke Melayu India. I ask you whether you got money, not money, got money, you pay me. Don't money, RM1. Got money, pay. Don't money, RM1. You got no more money, I give you money. You take my ambulance, you balik, you dapat beras, dapat semua. Lagi dapat duit RM300. Betul, I tanya pesakit ambulans. Dia orang datang, kalau tak ada duit, kita bagi duit. Beli pampers dia. It's only human being. We are not philanthropists, Haris. I'm not a philanthropist. Orang kata ini Cina philanthropist. Tak ada pun. Logic, ini Cina logic. Nama saya Cina logic. That's all.
Cina logic. Okay.
Yeah.
No, but I will 100% stand beside you on that line. Kalau orang yang kurang otak bercakap, we shouldn't spend too much time bothered about what they say. At most, kita just say thank you very much for your opinion, and you move on. So, I hope anyone, because I get a lot of people say to me, Harith, why Melayu cakap macam ni pasal Cina? Why Cina cakap pasal ni pasal Melayu? End of the day, I say, is that you? Do you feel it? If you feel it, then you are what they say you are. If you don't feel it, don't be affected by it. Let them lead their own life. You make the difference. So
You are so right, Haris, about this. You see here. Apa ni? Nampak ni? Nampak ni?
What's that?
Nampak ni?
Nampak?
Aku cakap dalam Facebook, aku nak hisap tembakau, nak gulung kan. Because kita ni nak gulung, bukan nak hisap pun, nak gulung tembakau. Kawan dah semua dah hantar tembakau bagi rumah saya. Macam gudang tembakau dah jadi. You see, this is Malaysian. This is truly Malaysian. I just said in my Facebook, I like the smell of the tembakau, the gulung, the daun nipah. Everybody starts sending daun nipah to me, and say this is from Utara, this is from Selatan.
Oh, kalau macam tu, I just want to try something. I like the smell of a red Ferrari. I just like the smell of a red. Kejap lagi tengoklah ada orang hantar red Ferrari kat rumah aku.
Itu matchbox pun boleh lah bang.
Matchbox boleh. Okay, Uncle, how long can you do this? I mean, how long can you go on? Do you ever feel tired? I know, I think on your Facebook, sebulan lepas or tiga minggu lepas, you were saying, I'm sorry guys, I need to take a break. The doctor told me I need to take a break, I need to off my phone. Are you okay? What happened that time?
No, because that moment there was too many suicidal calls. And I my energy being sapped, and tell you the truth, mentally sapped, because too many very pitiful cases. We men, sometimes we men also satu benda ni dengan lelaki ni pun satu hal, kan? So in this pandemic, I look at you, you look at me, I look at you, you look at me, but it's song, not song already. So start to see little things, because when you go out, you come back, you work, you're tired, so your relationship remains stable. But when you see each other, then too much of seeing each other also no good. So when they have squabbles, I need to calm them down. I need to settle with them. I need to put them in, get the PO for them, IPO, interim protection order, so that the husband won't bash up the lady, So these are the things that happen. Aku pernah ada satu lelaki kena belasan dengan wanita dia lah. Tapi lelaki itu aku kuskan because why? Itu lelaki tak ada guna, because kena pukul dengan perempuan, apa benda ni, kan? So anyway, I want to say that at that moment I really down, because many people, I went and see some bodies, they lost their life, they hanged themselves, and some of them took some medicine, this and that, and of course there are cases where there's one case that the son actually filmed his own death. He put on the video recording. because the father refused to help him, this and that. And he used some method which I'm not going to disclose here. So he ended his life. But the pitiful father has to, and this thing is very, very pitiful for me, because I also saw, I assisted an old couple to go to the bank, to settle their daughters, their daughter who passed away, banking, the EPF, there's also there. You think the two old men, after you commit your suicide, you ended your life, you're passing the burden to your parents. Then the parents go to Amanah Raya, hello Encik, saya punya anak sudah mati, ya harta macam mana? Ini balik pergi isi borang. Dua, apa tu? Kaum, apa tu? Agama, apa tu? Surat mati. Dia rasa pun mana tahu. No worries, I agree with you that we have to be more helpful to others, listen to others. And mental health, I will take care of my mental health, don't worry. I got my idol is here in front of me. Haris make me laugh a lot. So I that's why I tell everyone, because Haris make my children laugh a lot. So I really kena support, admire this guy. Because my daughter was so crazy about him, and my son is so crazy about you, Haris. I can tell you my second son is so crazy about you. When he knows that the father is going on board with Haris, he told me, I really so we attended your shows, and my son. So I said that sometimes guys, don't be too serious in your life.
Yeah.
Look at some jokes, and make things. I always, how I start my day. I put on Chinese New Year song.
Yeah.
Then Eye of Tiger, Rocky. I
Chang.
yes. I it is a toy to me. That means a very big sapping energy. I listen to people who want to. So I need some energy, positive energy. That's why I listen. 恭喜发财, every day. So the China kata, you will reach, or you will be rich, or you will be rich. So I listen. Yes, people tell me I'm crazy, but that is my medicine. Yeah.
Okay. So next time kalau I lalu one house in Puchong and I suddenly heard the kongsi, ini rumah Uncle Kentang ni.
Yes.
Pagi-pagi dia main lagu ni.
Yeah.
Sorry, but thank you for sharing about that low moment. Because it can't be easy, having to face or having to listen to or having to be a shoulder for these kind of people. But have you found it more, the number of people needing help has gone up, or has it been the same sebelum MCO sampai sekarang, in your experience, the people coming to you? What has been your experience?
It's up by at least 60%.
Up by 60%.
At least. I said at least, because if you see my messages, you know that a lot of people are in trouble, because many lost their job. Some of them in the cinema industry, some of them in the performing arts, some of them even the blind, the massage blind. They cannot even go for massage. Where they earn? Then they want to do basker. At that moment, baskering also cannot. So a lot of them lost. And then, a lot of aunties, they work in the hotel, they clean the one lady told me, saya kerja pub. Dulu saya kerja pub. Sekarang saya tak ada kerja. I thought, pub must be very beautiful girl. Saya kerja pub. But saya tukang sapu lantai pub. Aku kata, dia tak ada kerja sekarang. Kata, mampu ya, kata, macam mana aku nak taruh you? You dah tak cantik. Lepas tu kerja pub pun tak buka. Anak taruh you mana? No, and then you don't have the skills. You can only wash dishes. Restaurant closed. How to wash dishes? They are nowhere to go. They're pinned down. Totally pinned down. This is the people that we need to help them. I don't simply go and help Arif. I got the criteria. What is your occupation? How can I match you with others? Kalau you bawa lori 1 tan, you tak boleh bawa 3 tan, you tak boleh bawa 5 tan. I kena cari 1 tan untuk you.
You, that no, the sentence that you use, they're pinned down. I think that's exactly what those people are feeling. Macam you kata lah, they have a limited skills or experience, and that's all they do. And it's important work because especially yang kerja pub tu, siapa lagi nak sapu lantai kan? You know, people in pubs dropping drinks and throwing cigarette everywhere. Someone has to clean it up. But if the pubs are not open, what is this lady going to do?
No,
She has
even
to be
even
pinned down.
even the social escort girls, good time they have, people giving tips, this and that. So they have very little saving because they gamble, they buy good clothes, good shoes, this and that. I have one girl, she works in a pub, 24 years old, 2 years old baby. She carry the baby, she stand on the chair at the edge of the 11th floor. She was contemplating of killing herself and the baby because she has little saving. The problem is this pandemic taught us that we need to save as much as we can when in good time. Kalau tidak mampu, we don't have good saving, we will not last the pandemic like 2 years. How much people save? One thing. How much the auntie who earn 800 ringgit or 1,000 ringgit a month can save after deducting their room rental, this and that. You see, these are the people these are the vulnerables one. The real vulnerables. And they are always at the edge of mental depression. And they are the one who have suicidal thinking. Because ending their life is the only solution. So,
You know,
I think,
yeah, it seems to be a very bleak outlook. Tapi I take your word for it 100%, and I as well know out there berapa orang dah hilang kerja, tak boleh bayar sewa, and to hear of a story of a mother holding her 2-year-old child, contemplating, did she jump? I hope she didn't jump. Do you know the
no,
end of the story?
I caught hold of her and I put her in my car. And we drove from Kesas Highway back to KL, pergi sana. Kedai semua tutup. Macam mana? MCO, kedai tutup. How I want to buy things for her to eat, this and that. So, masa tu I tengah jalan. I also want to convince her from not. And the next morning I had to buy a lot of things and bring some money to her, And I saw her, her room was bare, very bare, house very bare, because she was having good time last time. Tak ada MCO, dia enjoy life. And then dia duit pun dia gamble sikit, tak nak gamble sini sikit. So dia pun tak ada simpan duit. Boyfriend pun lari entah mana. Sugar daddy semua sudah cabut lari. Sugar daddy pun tak boleh kau team. So these are the vulnerable people. So I tell you, this pandemic taught me a lot of value of life. I really see the true bare fact of life. The suffering of the people. And you can see that many of them, they want to go and ask for a friend. Their friend also lebih teruk daripada dia.
Itulah dia.
So kita ni Haris, you, me, and a lot of kind hearts come together. And we are the one that, go out and tell them, hold their hands, catch their hearts, wipe their tears, and put a pillow for them to sleep. I really thank all Malaysians who supported me and Harif. And really, your kindness has been, I just tell you all, it is a fact that we have to save a lot of life in this time. Because you need to save life, you need to have money, you need to have power. When a woman was beaten by the husband, I called the IO, I said, please do something. The woman is giving up because there's no action against they haven't fast action enough to get the husband. So when we get the husband, the woman thought, at least the police is helping me. So this will stop her from having more distress thoughts. It's important. Action is important. Must be very fast, swift. Yeah. Like this today, the mother is giving up 3 children. Car repossessed. Boss, dia buat makanan tak boleh hantar. Sedih tak sedih? Husband tak lari ke mana dah. So, what we do? Get back the car first. Assure her, pay her for use.
You're absolutely right. Kadang-kadang tak boleh tunggu. You can't wait for the authorities to come and support or help or expect her to isi borang A22, A34. You know, if someone is going to be evicted, you know, and we've come across this many times. Berapa bulan your rent? 2 months overdue, 3 months overdue. We need to settle it first, right? Because kalau tidak, kita nak tunggu application ni A, B, C, D, E. By that time, you know, that lady or that family is out.
I want to tell you how I help the suicidal people. When you say you want to commit suicide, I will say, wait, hold on. I will not let you commit suicide now, but you can commit suicide later. Don't worry. I will not stop you from having the committing suicide punya itu. But I used to tell them, today is not an auspicious day. Tak ada ong ni day. You mati. will you belum tulis. EPF you belum settle. You punya sokso you tak settle semua. Rumah tak settle. Okay. You postpone your death. We find a better date for you to die. Alright? But give me your problem first. If I can assist you in the problems, then after 1 week, you feel that I'm no good, you go in and jump. By the time you go jump. And if you want to jump, come into our ambulance. Don a PPE first. Go and help a COVID patient. You know COVID needs people to bring them to hospital. Be a hero before you die. And when you see us in the ambulance, rushing to save life, I tell you, there's one Chinese girl. She laid herself on the track of the kereta api. Father passed away, mother passed away. The uncle molested her. Chinese girl. She has no one to turn to. She walked to the railway track and she laid herself there. A Malay telecom man, I don't know what he's been doing there in the night time. He saw the girl and he dragged the girl out. And he held the girl until we reached the girl. In the night, it's almost 11 plus. So we got hold of her. We put her in our ambulance 1 week. It changed her life. She told me, Uncle, I want to be a nurse. I want to study hard. I said, you go and stay with somebody else. You don't stay more with your uncle. And your uncle is a bad man. She's 17 at that time. This is a true story. But after she worked in the volunteer ambulance for 1 week, it really opened her eyes on people struggling to live, not to die.
Yep. No, I totally understand and I totally believe it's a true story. We also do that. Kalau siapa-siapa yang have come across difficulties, lost their place of home or whatever, we've given them a place to stay and then say, come and work for the whole branch, come and serve the community, come and serve the homeless. You were homeless, now you at least have a roof over your head, you come and serve the homeless. And at the end of the day, that's all it takes. When you are able to be in a position to help someone, that can take the worry or the burden off yourself. Like, hey, actually my life not so bad. At least I boleh tolong somebody. You know what I mean? And that's a small thing like that can make all the difference. So, well done for you. Well done for you.
No, we are blessed. We are sighted, Haris. We are sighted. We can see this and that. You bayangkan lah kalau orang buta, dia nak makan ikan. Tulang ikan dia tak nampak. Kita tak fikir langsung. We are more blessed than everyone. Kan, kita pergi toilet, kita public toilet, kita kotorkan toilet tu. Lepas kita keluar. Fikirlah orang buta tu akan datang. The next one who sit in the toilet is a blind person. How you feel the blind person to be, to be dirtied by you? We never think for others. That is the problem. We should think the next one go using the toilet is maybe our father or our mother. We never think that. Aku tak suka betul makan lepas tisu letak atas meja. Malaysia punya culture, aduh, gila betul, gila babi betul.
Your statement, we never think. Kan, you saw the video earlier. So today, this afternoon, my wife and I were delivering some Lenovo laptops to people who had sent videos to us, and we sent one to this deaf girl who, although she's deaf, she's her top student, the other a scholarship from Hong Leong, but she's deaf. Tapi she is in the same class with people who are not, who are tak deaf and all. Tapi she's still in one of the top students. And this was told to me by the mother. When I told this story to my daughter, my 7-year-old daughter, I took up today. We gave a laptop to this deaf girl because of for her e-learning. My little girl had the foresight to think. She said, "Daddy, if she can't hear, how does she do e-learning?" And I put, yeah, actually, everyone in her class is e-learning can hear. So that the teacher is talking, the lecturer is talking. Can you imagine how difficult it is for her? Sebab kita yang are not deaf, we don't think about this. We take it for granted. We take it, e-learning macam tu aja. Just have to look and listen. But the fact that my 7-year-old daughter was thinking further than I was thinking was, wow. Like you said lah, we don't think. Siapa yang buta, siapa yang peka, what the difficulties they have to go through to do the simple things, like like you said, like sitting on a toilet. So it's you put things very simply, and I appreciate that. Okay, Uncle, I know your phone you have left your phone alone. I know you got about 4 phones. You've left your phone alone now for almost an hour and a half talking to me. Before you go, is there anything you would like to leave a message for the thousands of people who are watching, who I hope have been sharing this live show? And any final message for everyone who's watching?
I just want to say this is our country. If we do not mend it, what will happen in 5 years to come or 10 years to come? It is everyone's responsibility. It is everyone that is needed by this country. Just do your part. And we may be sleeping in different beds, different rooms, different houses, but we share one common dream, a better Malaysia. Let's do it.
Thank you very much, Uncle Kentang. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your courageousness. And thank you so much for your compassion and your big heart. And thank you for being on this episode of What's Going On Malaysia. I wish you all the best. And tomorrow, when you wake up, go out and save another 9 or 10 people, just like a normal day, right? So, all right. Good night, my friend. I will talk to you soon, and say hi to your kids again.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks, Uncle Kentang. Good night.
Good night, everybody. Good night.
All right. Guys, there we go. Wow, what an inspiring gentleman out there on a daily basis, just doing his thing. And the best part of all, with a sense of humor. Sampai he can, just create some funny stories and make everybody laugh, just as the way he made me laugh just now. Thank you so much for watching. If you were watching this program after the fact, like you're not watching it tonight on Thursday night, you're watching it, the next day or on YouTube, or someone has shared the clip with you, please let me know what you thought. Leave a review and continue to share this episode. This has been a Malaysia Day episode with Uncle Kentang in What's Going On Malaysia. Guys, I have been watching the comments. You know what I love about this particular episode? The complete positivity. Wilson Go says, best guest ever. Kartini says, well said, sir. I'm not sure what you're referring to, but the positivity shown by you all who are watching, the comments, and thank you also to those of you who are acknowledging myself and the wonderful people of the Hope Branch who do the work they do. We've got an amazing group of volunteers at the Hope Branch this morning. Volunteers were up at 6 in the morning preparing meals for Malaysia Day for their gelendangan in Medan Tuanku. And I think they were lining up for 400, 500 people. And, volunteers were up in the morning. And when I say volunteers, I mean, these people are not paid. These are groups of Malaysians who are just say, you know what, goodness of my heart, I'm going to go out there and do this. Tapi, in the words of Uncle Kentang, don't make it just about glamour. you need to follow through. If you can follow through, do follow through. If you can't follow through, tak apa. But at the end of the day, as he said, and I totally agree, we are in this together. We have to stand together, and we have to do what we can while we can. My favorite hashtag: support us, support them. Because at the end of the day, kita jaga kita. It's as plain as that. Guys, it's Malaysia Day. It's September 16th. The borders are open. I have been seeing all the videos of the people yang berkemurun here and there. You know what? I'm not going to cast any stones. I'm not going to say siapa betul, siapa salah. I just hope that everyone who is out there, please continue to follow the SOPs, specifically in masks, sanitization, be careful of touching things, and then be careful of touching your face after you touch things. This program, What's Going on Malaysia, is basically my own personal effort to find out the answer to the question, what's going on Malaysia? Have I found out the answer tonight? I wouldn't say completely, but what I have found out tonight is there are amazing Malaysians like Uncle Kentang and many of you out there who are watching as well. I know you're just as amazing in your own way, who make this country beautiful. And by this country, I mean these people. Malaysians out there, and even if you're not Malaysian and you're enjoying and watching the show, I'm including you too. Because at the end of the day, we are all here as guests on this land called Earth. We are humans, and this is our humanity. With that, I want to say thank you so much for watching What's Going on Malaysia. My next episode is coming up very, very soon on Saturday. And what will I be talking about? I'm going to be talking about one of the top pediatricians in the country, Dr. Sanjay, who will be exploring vaccines and children. I know you've been reading about it. They are now administering vaccines initially to college or high school kids. Is it safe? I don't have the answers, but we're going to find out a lot more about it on Saturday. So please join me on Saturday. Saturday is 18 hari bulan September with my guest, Dr. Sanjay, on What's Going on Malaysia. And we look at the idea or the concept or the safety or the concerns about vaccines and those who are under 18. Please join me on the show, and I will see you soon. Thank you for watching Limited Po, Amazing Time Malaysia. Thank you for watching Po Yin. Thank you for watching Kieran. Thank you for watching Aznil. Thank you for watching Alfred. Thanks, Sam. Thanks, everyone out there. My name is Harith Iskander. Enjoy the rest of your Malaysia Day. Stay safe. If you have a work day tomorrow, please be safe at work, and I will see you on Saturday. Good night. Assalamualaikum. We bring an end to this broadcast. Thank you. I'm Harith.